And welcome to the Ace Capone Show. I am your host, Ace Capone. Welcome back. It's been forever. You probably forgot who I was, but that's okay. I'm back. Before we get started, if you could hit that like button, smash it so you can keep up with the new episodes. And if you'd like to contribute to the show so we can get some new equipment, Cash App is down below. And also my PayPal. And as usual, before we get started, here's my theme music. And welcome back. And we're just going to jump into it. Today, we're going to be talking about this impeachment inquiry that Kevin McCarthy has called upon for Joe Biden. And I'm reading this news article from Reuters, a left-leaning, let me say it this way, a left-leaning rag that can't tell the truth. Basically, they're just nothing but a sham organization for the Democrats, just like most organizations are. Fake news organizations are sham organizations for the Democrat Party. They're just government news is basically what you are getting today. Their heading reads, U.S. House's McCarthy opens long shot impeachment probe of Joe Biden. The problem, if you're the average citizen, you're looking at this, basically they're coloring the story. They're telling you it's a long shot, but they're not telling you why it's a long shot. The reason why it's a long shot, folks, is because the Democrats run the Senate. And no matter what evidence you bring, they're not going to remove Joe Biden from office. Joe Biden should be thrown out of office like last year. And if you believe a guy who is so unpopular and doesn't have any real followers, got 81 million votes, I got a nice bridge to sell you. But the problem with this impeachment is that, yeah, the Democrats can hold an impeachment inquiry, but you have some rhinos that are calling themselves Republicans who aren't going to follow suit. They want to play it safe. They want to side with Democrats. They don't want to rock the boat. And when it comes to the other side, Democrats don't care about what Republicans think. They are a political gang. They are not a political party. Democrats are a political gang of criminals who look out for each other. They all make money. They all read from the same script. And you don't see, maybe one or two Democrats might step out of line, but they'll still have a majority. On the Republican side, you have stragglers and naysayers all throughout. The Republican Party is just like, it's like you have a gathering at your house and you invite some people that you really don't like over. And you say, hey, we're all going to go to the store. And you got those people, nah, I'm just going to sit here and drink. I'm going to sit here and smoke my cigarette. I'm going to watch the game. You guys go ahead. We'll just sit back and watch. And that's the Republican Party. You don't have people who are in lockstep. You don't have people who follow a code. You don't have people who have an agenda. They're freelancing. They're basically out there saying, hey, I got an R behind my name, and I guess I'm a Republican. I don't have any conservative values. I'm going to side with the Democrats when it comes to abortion, illegals, when it comes down to marijuana, legalizing drugs, sanctuary cities, open borders. They have nothing conservative about them. There's nothing conservative in their past. And people like Mitt Romney continue to get voted in, and they sabotage the Republican Party. But they continue to get voted in. So I'm saying, why aren't people running against this guy, these type of people? And why are the people voting for people simply because they have an R behind their name? But I digress. The story reads that Republican U.S. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy on Tuesday launched an impeachment inquiry into Joe Biden, propelling Congress toward a long-shot effort to remove Democratic president following 2 impeachments of former Donald Trump. They always have to tie it to Donald Trump because they have nothing. They understand that there's tons of evidence against Joe Biden. And they will tout Donald Trump, but there was no evidence against Donald Trump. No matter what the media says and Democrats say, it's like January 6th. They'll say, "Oh, Trump stirred the pot for these people to go in." No, he didn't. You listen to his speech. There was nothing that incited anyone. But if you repeat the lie, they think you're stupid enough to not go out and listen to the speech. They think you're stupid enough that you'll just listen to their version of the truth, which many people do. And if you're watching MSNBC and CNN, you're just being indoctrinated with their lies. You're not getting the news. You're getting their opinion of the news. And you can tell who these people are because they're low information voters. They're emotional. And if you ask them to explain themselves or explain their stance, they go blank and they want to walk away. They want to run away. Oh, they don't want to talk about politics anymore. Oh, I really don't talk about politics, but I have very strong ignorant feelings about Republicans. And whenever they talk about Republicans, they always include right wing. So Republicans should start saying, whenever they want to mention the Dumbocrats, they should always describe them as far left wing socialists. And people will start to ask, what the hell is a socialist? Fascist, Marxist, socialist. Label them. This was the party who swore up and down and had these commercials about bullying. They ran those things off, and now they're shaming and bullying and canceling people because they never cared about bullying. That is their tactic, and they just don't want you bullying them. And we need people who know how to scrap. Donald Trump showed the Republicans how to scrap, and Kevin McCarthy right now was forced into this impeachment. He didn't want to do this impeachment, but Matt Gaetz gave him an earful and said, "Hey, if you don't get off the pot, we're going to run you out." So Kevin said, "Okay, well, I got to do what's best for me." Not that he thinks this is a great idea. And trust me, you have tapes from the Ukraine of Joe Biden accepting bribes. You have the laptop. You have business partners. You have bank records, shell companies. You have Joe on video firing the prosecutor in Ukraine. You have people, Hunter Biden getting money for paintings when he's not a painter. You have Hunter Biden getting paid from Burisma, a corrupt corporation and a corrupt company. He's taking money from China, $1.4 billion, and no one's ever asked what happened. Man, there's so much evidence. And the fact that these people are dragging their feet, and as Matt Gaetz said, you've been here for 8 months, and there's nothing going on. They dragged Trump associates, and they dragged John Jr. into court twice when the Democrats were in power. When they were in corruption, because they impeached the president with no evidence and no crime, but they fabricated one. They talked as if, if you weren't smart, you would have said, man, these Democrats have a lot of evidence. They never have evidence, but they sell it so well. And those who aren't in the know will buy it. They'll say, man, these guys, they could sell an igloo to an Eskimo in the summer. Because these guys are that good. They lie with a straight face. They all need an Academy Award, especially in these news organizations. And then these guys sit there on the panels and they act as if they really believe what they're saying. Maybe they do. They're sociopaths. But the simple fact that these guys will sit here with a straight face and tell you that Trump is so evil and he's a threat to our democracy, even though we don't have a democracy, we have a democratic republic, but they will lie to your face. And you will find those people who are brainwashed because they'll say they'll cite Democrat talking points. And when you ask them about, if they're watching CNN or why they support Democrats, they'll say, oh, I don't believe in any party. I'm an independent. Then why are you quoting Democrat talking points if you're an independent? If you don't watch Fox, CNN or MSNBC. I'll throw Fox in there too, because Fox isn't conservative at all. I don't know any real conservative watching Fox News. Fox is fake news too. I call Fox CNN 2.0. It's straight garbage. They're not winning any favor. The only reason why they bring up Trump because they want ratings. They dumped Trump in the last election, and Trump should dump them. But Kevin McCarthy is being pushed into this, and the media is going to deny any evidence that is brought up. They're going to have their fake so-called experts, the same people who signed that the laptop was Russian disinformation, the 50 of them who signed a document now saying that, they didn't really understand what they were signing. Yeah, you have these type of people who are going to come out and try to disavow the evidence that is clear and cut. The fact that you have a laptop with pornographic pictures, a man smoking marijuana and crack, and you have a guy talking about how he's giving his money to the big guy and they're taking his money. You have business deals and email information, and these emails have been confirmed by the people that they were sent to. This is sad. And the fact that the media will not tell the truth says they are complicit in the demise of our country. And if the Republicans ever take power, they need to make laws that punishes the media for false information. If social media can take people off because they deem it false information, then they should make laws that say if you are spreading false information that we are able to prove is false, like the Russian dossier, it was false, and they proved it was false. Donald Trump should be able to sue the crap out of MSNBC and CNN so they could basically sue them to bankruptcy. There's no way people like that should be allowed to conduct business and call themselves news when they're pushing Democrat propaganda against a political candidate. The fact that they don't even talk about all these indictments as being against Biden's political opponent says that they don't care, says that they are only in for the Democrats. Just to say, hey, this is Democrat news. You're never going to get anything truthful from us. And basically, we're just covering for the Democrats. They have yet to say, but Joe Biden is demented. They're yet to say that Joe Biden is incapable of doing his duties. But they went out of their way and find psychologists and these crazy people to psychoanalyze Donald Trump and say, oh, he's crazy. All while he was president. They didn't feel any shame in that. And they should be sued for that. You know, we should become the lawsuit country. If you're lying, we sue you. If you're spreading misinformation and we have the facts, we will sue you. Don't do the liberal thing. We'll say, oh, we come up with fake information. And, oh, yeah, we're going to call it facts. No. It has to be real facts from unbiased sources. Because I know when you Google information out, it's nothing but Democrat sources, and people believe it's the truth because because Google basically rigs the search engine. But right now, Kevin McCarthy, under pressure, and they're threatening to kick him out of the speakership, is bringing this inquiry. This inquiry is basically dead in the water. So the only thing that Kevin and the Republicans can do is bring forth all this hard information and smear the heck out of Joe Biden and his family. So when there is a Republican Party ruling the House and the Senate and the presidency, jail everybody in place. Jail them all. And if you don't jail these people, they will come back, tell lies with their media, and they will crucify you if you do not. This is what happened after Trump. They didn't go after, because Trump got into office, he didn't go after Clinton. He should have. He didn't go after people. He didn't clean the FBI out, and he didn't go clean out the DOJ. And I don't blame him too much because Trump doesn't know government. He's a businessman. And when he first got in office, the fake Republicans gave him a cabinet of saboteurs. And he had to fire people. And then what did the media say? Oh, Trump's cabinet is quitting on left and right. Well, no, he had to get rid of people because they weren't doing their job. And Trump is a man who wants people to do their jobs because he wants to be successful. And this is why I support Trump. He may be a narcissist, but that's a good thing because he doesn't want to lose. He doesn't want to look bad. He wants to succeed. He wants to have a legacy that says he was successful. And that means America will be successful because he wants to be successful. Joe Biden just wants to be rich and pad his pockets with your tax dollars and feed his family with your tax dollars. And the fact that the media is not telling you that he's feeding illegals, telling them how to get here, putting them up in hotel rooms while Americans lie on the streets, and Americans can't get any type of help from the high gas prices, the high food prices, high housing prices. They're out in the streets while illegals are in motels and hotels, living well, getting free health care, getting cell phones, getting welfare. Actually, I heard that the illegals are getting $2,500 a month. That's more than most people are getting in Social Security. And no one is angry about it. And the media is not telling you these facts. But this inquiry, the best thing they can do is smear Joe Biden so bad that he can't run anymore to get this fraud out of office and run Camelhead out of office because no one likes her. There's no way you're going to tell me this woman's going to get any type of votes. And if you bring Gavin Newsom, his record in California destroys him. So there's no way you're going to beat Trump in an election. And anyone says, oh, this is going to be close, the race is tight, you're lying. Because people are turning and they're moving toward Trump. But the Republicans need to do their job. And their job is to lay out the facts, indisputable facts. Do it in detail so they can't come back and spin the facts. And get this guy out of there. Well, you're not going to get him out of there, but you'll make him damaged goods that they won't run him. they're going to have to get desperate and pull out Gavin Newsom, who's related to Pelosi, and just and tell people this is Pelosi's grandson. He's scum too, just like her. He's just as corrupt. Attack these people. Stop playing fair. Stop saying, "Oh, let's be the bigger people." They're lowlifes. You're already bigger than them. Crush them and get them out of our country. They're destroying us. We need people with spines. We need people with cojones. We need people who want to be and who really are conservative. And when we want to get down to what a conservative is, if you are pro-abortion, if you sympathize with abortion, you're not a conservative, definitely not a Christian. If you are for open borders, you're not a Republican, because you're not preserving the country as the founders intended. If you aren't for energy independence, you're not a conservative, because America doesn't want to be beholden to anyone. If you're for spending money that we don't have, you're not a conservative. If you are for getting into wars abroad, you're not a conservative. If you don't know what a woman and a man is, you're not conservative. Definitely not a Christian. If you're not for families, you're definitely not a conservative. If you have no moral code and you don't believe in Christ, you're not a conservative. And you shouldn't be running under the Republican banner. You need to be running as a Democrat, where Democrats, their purpose is to demoralize, push immorality, push abortion, push the breakup of the family, push open borders, promote wars, spin like crazy, like drunken sailors, and to destabilize our country and our economy. That's what they're giving you. And you're telling me that Republicans can't take that information and run to defeat these idiots who are pushing socialist tactics on the people, invading your privacy, telling you what you can and can't say, trying to take away your Second Amendment rights, and you can't win against those people? Either you're in cahoots with them, or you just aren't trying. We need people with backbones. And until we do that, this country's doomed. If Republicans don't win this next election, America's done. That's not hyperbole. That is fact. They will implement their socialist/Marxist programs and policies on this country. We will be a third world country, and that's no joke. You will have electric cars, digital money, and no freedom. They will tell you where you can travel. They will control your money, which means they control you. They will violate your Second Amendment rights. They will have people telling on you. These people are anti-American, and they have to go. But until then, the next episode of the Ace Capone Show, peace, and I'm gone.